So Rasch is generally known for our umbrella structures. Today our umbrella structures go up to 53 meters. With moving structures of that size, you have to reduce all the structural elements to the bare minimum in order to have the capability to fold these structures and still maintain stability during wind forces.
To remain light, minimal structures have to deflect in wind. And in order to learn about this aerodynamic behavior, we developed a digital wind tunnel. And this cutting-edge, homegrown method gives us the opportunity to create highest efficient lightweight structure.
Lightweight structure engineering it's a big spectrum actually. For us here at Rasch, it's, let's say, material reduced structures that follow the laws of physics in order to create the minimal shape to cover a required project surface area. My grandfather and his brother, they started the architectural practice Gebrüder Rasch in Stuttgart in the 20s. From there, my father got introduced to Fray Otto, who was a close acquaintance to my grandfather, and started working under Fray Otto in the Institute of Lightweight Structures in the University in Stuttgart.
I started to study architecture, and I did that for 2 years, and then I wanted to really leave. I got a phone call. A man called me and said he needs somebody for model building in his institute. So I went there, and that was Fray Otto. The main ingredient in my idea about architecture is from him. In the school of Fray Otto, you do not create forms. Our work is not creative. You work on a problem until you solve it. And you optimize it to a certain point where it develops a quality that you can see, and then the aesthetic starts. When the forms are not made by us, the forms are made by the creator, and you have to find them.
The umbrella structure started off also in the practice of Fray Otto back in the late 60s.
I worked on my first umbrella for the garden exhibition in Cologne, and when they first electrically opened, it was an image that I still have now in my mind very vividly.
He then also received his diploma and then overtook the office in the early 80s and restructured it into specialized on lightweight structures. We as architects and engineers, we create public spaces, gathering spaces for humans in such a way that we can create shelter and protection and an environment that gives the possibility of gathering and enjoying music and social exchange. But then it should fall into the background if you have a different season.
The shapes of our membrane structures form unique spaces which do not belong to any specific culture or to any style. It's forms that are of universal nature.
We've designed the piazza of the Prophet's Mosque in Medina. Previously, the piazza was just an open area. We've created a folding roof structure consisting out of 250 umbrellas, which folds up in the morning hours and therefore blocks out the heat of the sun. And then in the evening times, the umbrella structures fold away. The whole area becomes like a public market space. It changes the whole environment of this place. Population is generally increasing. It's important to really understand how is the city actually today working with this impact, and where do we find possibilities to enhance this whole experience. A great improvement can be done if you really understand what is required by construction and by architectural features built in such a way that the people actually are rooted in the right way without losing a natural experience of the whole area. We've received a planet which is highly effective, highly efficient, and we as humans have the responsibility to understand what we have been given and then absorb this and reflect it. A project should be designed and reviewed in its whole life cycle, starting from first initial ideas and then the demolishing the building and recycling the materials. We want to understand in what environment we're building and what kind of typical physical form which is existing in nature will be suitable for the requirement of our clients.